Hello team, Red Leader here, aka THRALL, author and adventurer, and welcome to John O'Groats. Have a look around, it's pretty beautiful. Apparently that's the Orkneys over there. So today's the day, it's about 11 o'clock on the 1st of September and I'm just about to run 999 miles back down to Devon and then Cornwall, Land's End. Doing this to raise awareness of veterans issues, particularly the current or the prevalent high rate of suicide, homelessness and mental health issues. As any of you who've read my memoir Eating Smoke will know, I left the forces to go and run a business in Hong Kong. I better shout a bit, I hope you can hear me, in Hong Kong, but within 7 months I was chronically addicted to crystal meth, heavily in clinical psychosis, and working in a nightclub run by the 14k Triads. And what people don't know is when I came back to the UK, that's when my real challenges began. It was dark, it was a very bleak time. I didn't know it because I didn't know what depression was. I'd never experienced it before, but I was very badly depressed for about 18 months. I was suffering all what we would now call PTSD from just my experience while working with the Triads. If you've read my book, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, cut a long story short, when I managed to crawl out the darkness, the British Legion were there, and they gave me in a no-nonsense meeting with a fellow ex-Marine. Within 20 minutes, he secured me a career development loan, and I went on to work with street children in Africa. And then, following that, I went on to go from probably the darkest place imaginable to achieve every single dream and goal I ever had, including living, working and travelling in over 80 countries, flying aeroplanes, jumping out of them, scuba diving in the Antarctic Polar Circle, becoming a best-selling author. And I just want this event to not only raise awareness of people that are struggling. These are people that were willing to put their life on the line for you. And just the thought that someone could be sitting in a bed sit, staring at the floor, wondering whether they should top themselves, when there's people like me that hopefully can be an example to say it doesn't need to be that way. It's just to make a few changes up here, and so the charity I've chosen to run through is called the Batten Foundation, non-for-profit, non-political organisation headed up by Alan. Hello, Alan. And already Alan very kindly phoned me yesterday when I was actually on the plane when he phoned, but in his message he said last week they already were helping out 3 veterans in challenging circumstances. So that's enough talking, I need to get on the road. Just want to say a few thank yous. My Jenny, I love you. Whoa, I love you. Thanks for all your support, always unwavering, and my sponsors, Mark at the Squaddy of Wall Street, you're brilliant as always. I'll talk more about these later, but go to Facebook Squaddy of Wall Street and find out a bit about what Mark does. Also Mark Beresford of Bootneck Money, who helps Royal Marines organise their finances, and also a lot of other people. So Mark, thank you as well for sponsoring this venture. You can go to Facebook 999 Miles to get involved. You can go to Virgin Money Giving, just type in my name, Chris THRALL. And yeah, I can talk more about this later, can't I? So let's run to Land's End. Carrying a house on my back. That's as the crow flies. I won't be flying, obviously. Excuse me, do you know the way to Land's End?
That way.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's quite easy, honestly, but I've got a few injuries. Just got over 4 spinal procedures for degenerative damage to my spine. I've got what's called peroneal tendonitis, or clicking ankle. It's basically a tendon issue in my right foot, which is just constant pain. I've had a kind of virus for about 4, maybe 5 months now, that it just keeps coming and going, and I can't get rid of it. But you know, I can't wait for that to clear up, because life's pretty much been on hold. And finally, I've got strained ligaments in my knees. Again, I'll talk more about that later. So, you know, we're just gonna have to go for it and take it easy. Okay, there's the road. Thank you. And for everyone who's donated so far, I've seen all your names. I will get round to writing to you, and thank you ever so much. See you at Land's End.
The Veterans Channel.
I guess I'm one of these people that likes running. It's always really kept me on the straight and narrow.
In October 2018, former British Royal Marine Chris THRALL set out to run 999 miles across the United Kingdom to support the Baton charity and raise awareness of issues surrounding veteran mental health and veteran suicide.
One day I was sat at the computer and I thought, has anyone ever run the length of the UK? And I came across one guy that had done it, and his story had been written up in a newspaper. I thought, do you know what, I'd really like to do that. Not just for the run, in fact the run was probably the least part of it. I was more interested in setting myself such a challenge, spending time on my own and camping in a sort of an idyllic spot every night, or at least that was the plan. So I thought, yeah, I'll run the length of the UK. So I decided I'm going to run solo, as in just myself. I'm going to be unsupported, as in I'm not going to have a crew with me. I'm going to carry all my own equipment so I can camp as and when I need to. And I'm going to run an ultramarathon a day. And just as I decided to do that, and just as I started to get my equipment together, I popped a disc in my spine. And it was next to kidney stones. It was the most painful thing I'd ever experienced. I phoned my surgeon And I just begged him, is there any way you can kill this last bit of pain? He gave me a swift operation. I still had significant back pain. I had brain damage from all the medication that I'd had to take when I was in extreme pain. I put them to my partner and said, you know, should I really be doing this? And she said, Chris, you'll do it. And that was it. To see her belief in me at a time where I wasn't even sure myself, that just told me, yeah, I will, won't I? I'll do it. A big part of it was I wanted to show people what the human body and the human mind's capable of. How if you set your goals, you should just follow them through and not let anything or anybody deter you.
There hasn't been a single footstep I've taken on this journey that hasn't been thoroughly enjoyable.
I'm going to do it for a veterans charity. I want to raise awareness of this alarming rate of suicide we've got amongst our veterans at the moment. If I have to crawl an ultramarathon a day, that's what I will do. I wanted to put the message out there to veterans who are struggling as I had, that there's always a light. So long as you look within, you dig deep, change maybe a few of your paradigms, be prepared to change, you can achieve anything.
A former Royal Marines Commando from Devon has tonight reached Land's End after running all the way from John O'Groats. Chris THRALL has run an ultramarathon every day since the 1st of September and has made the 999-mile journey to raise money for a veterans charity. Spotlight's Andrea Ormsby saw him cross the finish line.
He's explored 80 countries on 7 continents, backpacked through North, South and Central America, caught piranhas in the Amazon, swum with bull sharks in Belize and holds a world record for firewalking. This is Chris THRALL's latest adventure.
Yeah, it's up there with the rest of them. I've been lucky over the years to, try my hand at a lot of different adventures. I've been scuba diving in the Antarctic, fly planes, jump out of them, and of course I joined the Marines when I was 18.
Chris has done 37 ultramarathons every day from John O'Groats to Land's End to raise money for a charity which is close to his heart.
Words fail. I mean, to do what he's done has been incredible, and the condition his body's in, because he's got wrecked knees, other problems that we all know about. And you just run out of words to describe how much you admire his effort, how much it means to so many people, because he's inspiring a lot of people who are in the same boat, PTSD.
Life for Chris became very hard after he left the Royal Marines.
I mean, I didn't know what depression was, and I found it really hard to interact with professionals because they didn't really understand the mindset of a serviceman.
He's done it. A warm welcome back and around £15,000 raised to help other veterans in need. Andrea Ormsby, BBC Spotlight, Land's End.
Friend, thank you for watching my video. I'm the only person I know that has ticked every item off my bucket list, and I did so coming back from chronic addiction with no help from anybody. Now I want to pass those skills on to you, but I can't help you unless you help me and hit the subscribe button. So please do so, and let's go and smash this world together.